Okay, I know. A lot of people are gonna say that this episode was nothing special, and I know why because the first half really, even me as an audience who has been following Danmachi for a long time, watching the first half was kinda. It felt dragged on for too long. Just dragged on for too long. The first half. So yeah, kind of felt meh. And a lot of people, I saw a lot of people commenting too, and they wanted this arc to end quickly because it basically is something that is about Amazonians thirsty for Belle, and so basically you get the gist of it. Like they're thirsty for Belle, and there's no dungeon exploring and everything. And I get that. I get that. Okay, but then again, when has dungeon exploring been the main part of the series? The story always takes outside the place outside the dungeon. The main things happen inside the dungeon. Like for example, right now at the end of this episode, how Aisha went in there. But I also saw a lot of complaints about this season about how the fights are very cut short. I would say they were very short fights compared to the last season where we had a 6 minute minotaur fight, a 12 minute um, uh, what was the name of the final boss? Well, whatever the final boss's name was, but you get the point of it, gist of it. Like the final episode, like 12 minutes of that guy, 20 minutes, sorry, 20 minutes of that guy fighting, and 6 to 7 minutes of the Minotaur fighting, and then they had the gorilla, the crazy gorilla at the start of this series, like episode 3 or 4. So yeah, we had some big major fights, but we never had like a major fight year because throughout the season there have been major fights, but they have been very short, and a lot of people have been complaining about it, and I think I get where they come from because it feels like the fights have been cut short, and I've made this point a lot of times in a lot of episodes that have been in this season prior to this one, that a lot of fights have been cut short. So I could say the same over here because this fight was also cut short. Now I don't know if they'll continue this in the next episode, but it clearly is clear to me. I don't know why I said that. Too much Fire Force. But clearly this fight was also cut short because there was more. Sorry about that, but there was more content to it. Through what I actually read, I felt like there was more content to this fight because this fight fell so quickly. Just it just went so quickly in front of my eyes. I was like, really? That's all there is to it? And I feel that. I feel that. Okay. So I could say that the fights are kind of short this season, and I want longer fights, which I'm sure we could get a Bell versus Fire, whatever her name is, the ugly bitch, basically. But I'm sure we will get some kind of fight with them. But I don't know if it will be long. Are they gonna cut that short off too? So yes, I'm looking forward for the next episode. The explaining was done well in this episode. I could say that. Even though we had a boring first half, which was basically, Belle, you went to the pleasure quarters. How rude of you. That's basically how it went. The whole first half. Yes, that's basically what happened in the whole first half. Basically, all the women just went crazy, bonkers, just because Belle went into pleasure quarters. That's it. That's basically it. But yes, the explaining was done well, and I think so. I don't need to do any kind of in-depth kind of explanation for what each and every explanation given here is because they already did a good job. Kill and Stone is the only thing that's remaining here, but the Mikoto said about uh, Haruhime, about how she is from her village and everything. Like there's different things that were explained, and they did a good job explaining it. I can give parts of prize that because that's where the explanations were put correctly and everything, and I'll give points to that. And then we have yes, whatever. The Bell Donna went to uh the pleasure quarters and spend the night there, basically. Let me know what you think about this episode of Danmachi, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.